All all right. All right. Uh, if you can, if you can hear this, um, congratulations. You are a fellow scholar, as I am. All right. Well, let's just dive right into it. This is my theory. This is my evidence. This is my claim that squares are circles. Okay, so the claim that squares are circles is a bold statement, if you would. It's controversial in a sense that it's just the reality that squares are circles is just new grounds for some people. So when you tell someone that a square is a circle, they'll be like, "What? Shut up! Shut! Go! Get out of my house! Why do you have a pocket full of needles?" But it's they just don't understand, I suppose. So on the subject of shape, what is a shape? A square is a shape. A circle is a shape. That's all you need to know. Um, so no, I'm just kidding. I'll go into detail. A shape is essentially a form of line. It's a line. If you break it down, a shape can be anything. A shape is it's arbitrary. It's Morty. A shape is universal. It's anything. It's anything. So on that, to claim that a square is a circle, it wouldn't make it wouldn't make it wouldn't make a decent amount of sense to if there was an alien and they were like, hey, what's the shape? Be like, hey, this is the shape and this is the shape, but they're the same thing. He'd be like, oh, I got you, cuz. All right, so bear with me. A square is a circle, in the sense that a circle is round. We'll call it round. It doesn't have the circle cannot tell us its pronoun. So we're gonna risk getting Twitter canceled here, and we're just for the sake of simplicity, we're gonna call it round, circle, square. So circle, a square is a circle. In the sense that, okay, so line. So a square is a circle. If you think about it, a shape, any shape, a circle is line. It's round. It's it's round. It's a circle. A square is a circle. A circle is round. A circle is round. It's not a spherical design. A sphere is 3D. That's a whole other topic. So a square is a circle because a circle is round. It is a line. Circle is a line. It goes from, you could say it goes from top to bottom in a curved manner. That's what makes it round. But essentially, a circle has no beginning or an end, unless you create the circle. So a square is a circle. That claim would make sense if you think about it, because on the subject that is a circle, is a line with no beginning, no end, moves in a dimensional. It has dimensions. So a square is a circle. Square is a circle in the mindset that a shape is a form of line that forms anything. So a square is a line, a form of line that, it travels, it joins at an end, but it has no beginning or end. It is a shape. So one might think that, well, so if you told someone that a square was a circle, they would probably answer, if you said a square is a circle, they'd probably answer with, hey, put down my TV, get out of my house, or I will use lethal force. And, in that mindset, of course, a square isn't a circle. It's just, it's just a simple mind coming up with simple solutions to the theory that a square is not a circle. But on a much more intellectual, in-depth thought that a square can be a circle, you would discover that since a circle is a form of line that it creates space. It creates a sort of space within a space using line. Now a square does the exact same thing. It creates within a space line. Now one might argue that a square has different sides. It has corners, and a circle doesn't. That is complete arbitrary. Squares do not have corners, and squares do not have sides. A square is a line that corners and sides is all aesthetic. It's all decoration, you might say. Morty. Yeah, it's just there. It's relative, because a shape is what you imagine it. If you saw a circle that was, it had curves that resembled a person's face, it would still be basically a circle. A square is a circle that the lines of the circle have been manipulated slightly. Now, does that make it a square? No. It's still a circle. Because essentially a square is a circle in a sense that the square was originally a circle. No. That being said, you'd think my argument would be done by now. Fuck no. A square is a circle in a sense that the lines and the lines it forms, the corners, the sides, the flat, straight edges, it's purely decoration. It's aesthetically it's there because the lines that the shape forms is arbitrary. So reasonably, a square is a circle because it's a continuation of a line. The space, it creates something. No. No. Once you have this in mind, think of a square as you would have previously. If you went out and asked somebody on the street, hey, did you know that a square is actually a circle? And you ask someone on the street, you're like, hey, a square is actually a circle, in a sense that the lines are a continuation of the circle, just manipulated slightly. They would probably respond with, the average person, you ask this on the street, they would probably just respond with the simple, who the hell are you? Put some goddamn clothes on, you fucking freak. And that's, they make a decent point, but a square is still a circle. They just, it's just a mind simple reaction. It's how they thought their whole life, that a square is a square, a circle is a circle. But no, a square is a circle. And, my my basic message here is that the government is lying to you. Do not drink your tap water. Do not consume products from the store. Do not listen to your television. Do not listen to your television. Do not listen to your television. Do not listen to your phone. Do not listen to your television. Do not listen to your television. Do not trust the government. Do not trust the government. A square is a circle. So essentially, with all this in mind, that a square is actually a circle, what do you think? Put it into your own words. Down at its bare root, at its core, a shape is all one. And at its core, you may think, at Neanderthal thinking levels, which roughly translates to, damn bro, that isn't a circle, that is a square, which, to the Neanderthal, makes sense. They're two different variations of a shape, but they're not, because a square is a circle. Now, bear with me here. A square is a circle because the government is lying to you. The government is lying to you. Do not trust, do not give in to advertising. Do not give in to propaganda. Do not give in to advertising. A square is a circle. In a basic sense, morally and ethically, the sides of the square, they don't make sense necessarily. They're arbitrary. They're relative to what you make of it. If you looked at a square right now without hearing any of this theory, you would think just the same as everyone else. Oh, that's just a square. But it's actually a circle, because deep down, the line that forms the square and the circle is round. The government lies to you. The government is lying to you. Do not give in. Do not give in. Do not become a puppet. A shape is a form of line, as I've said previously, right? Everybody knows that. Did you know that a square is a circle? Did you know that a square is a circle? Probably not. Because in one basic mindset, you believe what is told to you, and from a very young age, you are told, maybe you had the little fitment, the little blocks that fit into the shapes. Well, did you ever try to put the square in the circular hole? It worked, didn't it? Yeah, not many people tried that. Many infants would take the circle, put it in the circle hole, and take the square and put it in the square hole. And it just worked. But some were smart. Some knew that a square was a circle, and they put the square into the circular hole, and it fit. You want to know why? Because the government, all your information, the media, it's a parasite that infects your mind with whatever it deems, you believe it does that for everybody. Break free of these chains. A square is a circle. Not given to the government's lies. So, at its deepest root, a shape is a line. A circle is round. Now, its pronouns are undefined. You know. So, just as I said, the sake of simplicity, we're just going to call it circle, square, round, or octagonal box shapes, which box shape is yet another just easy retort to the phrase that a square is a square, which it is not. And so a circle is round. It's a 360 loop of a line. Now, take that. If you take a square, which if you took what your brain perceives as a square, and you put it next to a photo or a circle, put it next to a circle, you compare the two, you will actually notice that a square is a circle. They're the same. It's insane. It's just a concept that hasn't been explored often, but it must be. It must be explored, which many people don't, which is unfortunate, but that is why I'm here. That's why I'm giving you this information that the square is a circle. And you might deem me, I might be hunted down. Who knows? But all that matters, I don't care if the FBI wants to hunt me. I'll die happy knowing that I preached to at least somebody in this speech that a square is a circle, which I hope they acknowledge. I hope the world can come to realize that a square is actually a circle, because essentially a square is a circle because it's a continuation of a line. Just aesthetically, it may look different to the naked eye, but if you really focus, really, how do you say? Think about it. If you think about it, really focus. It's not a square. A square is actually a circle. Now, if you told one of your former employees this, if you walked into your old job and you were like, discuss with them, hey, a circle is actually a square, and you explained your claim, you explained your theory, and you explained it well. You used my analysis, and you explained to them that a square is actually a circle. They would probably ask you, who the hell are you? Where did you come from? Oh my god, he came from the vent. Holy shit, he's covered in blood. Everybody out the back. Now, of course, like I've said, it's frankly the average person's mindset that the square isn't a circle, which is wrong, but you can't blame them because that's what they've been told. That's what they've thought all their life. It's really something to look at the basic human mind to claim that a square is a circle. How they react. It's quite fascinating, really. It's common knowledge. Honestly, it is common knowledge to a thinking man that a square is actually a circle. To the untrained mind, a square is not a circle, because a square, you might think, has corners, it has sides. A circle is smooth. A circle is, pardon my lack of pronouns for the square and the circle. I believe they are currently non-binary, which, like I said, for the sake of simplicity, we're just going to use their outdated pronouns like round and square and so on. Now, knowing that they both look different, I can give them that. They look different to the naked eye. But once you fully come to understand that a square is a circle, your metaphoric your third eye will actually open. You'll come to see that square is actually a circle. Now, I bet you didn't know that. Because think about it, the average person wouldn't normally think of that. They would just live their life believing what they've always been told. Do not do that. The government is lying to you. The government has planted a microchip inside your arm. You must tear it out immediately by any means necessary. You must cauterize the wound with a burning stick after you cut into your arm to get out the microchip that the government planted to make you believe that a circle and a square are not the same. You must remove the microchip. You must remove the microchip from your arm and disassociate with the rest of the world. No, do not do that. You must preach. Tell them that the square is actually a circle. And, anyway, in conclusion, as a conclusion, I would like to say that basically a square is a circle, and with the God, I failed English class. With the information that I've provided, I hope that I have taught you something. I hope that I've opened your mind a little bit, and do not give in to advertisement.